What if I told you there's a prison in the heartland of America where over 2,000 men live behind tall fences, barbed wire, and daily routine? But hardly anyone ever talks about it? This isn't Alcatraz. It's not Rikers. This is the Northeast Correctional Center, or NECC, a facility hidden away in Bowling Green, Missouri. And today, we're pulling back the curtain on life inside one of the most overlooked yet complex prisons in the American system. NECC was opened in 1997 and is classified as a medium security facility. That means it's not maximum lockdown, but don't let that fool you. It houses over 2,000 inmates, from drug offenders to violent criminals. It's operated by the Missouri Department of Corrections, and its purpose is not just containment, but correction. But is that what's really happening? NECC is like a small city, complete with housing units, a kitchen, medical services, a gym, and even vocational programs. It's not chaos 24/7. In fact, much of the day is routine. But underneath that routine is tension, history, and a constant struggle between order and rebellion. Wake-up call comes at 5 a.m. Then breakfast, oatmeal, or powdered eggs, served by fellow inmates working kitchen duty. After that, it's work assignments, classes, or downtime in the yard. Some inmates take part in GED programs. Others learn trades like welding or auto repair. But don't mistake these programs for peace. Fights still break out. Contraband still sneaks in through creative and sometimes shocking methods. Corrections officers walk a razor-thin line. Keep control without provoking chaos. One former guard described it like this: you walk through that gate and your instincts sharpen. Every noise, every glance, you have to read it like a book, because missing a page could get someone hurt. NECC holds men from every corner of Missouri. Some are serving short sentences. Others, 25 to life. Drug offenses, assaults, armed robbery, each cell tells a story. And some of those stories are tragic. You might be surprised by who's inside. A father who got caught in the opioid crisis. A young man who never made it out of gang life. Even former veterans battling PTSD and addiction. And then there are those who say they're innocent, wrongfully convicted, waiting for an appeal. But time moves slow inside these walls, and hope can fade fast. The Missouri Doc promotes NECC as a facility focused on rehabilitation. There are anger management programs, substance abuse counseling, even dog training programs where inmates work with rescue animals. For some, these are lifelines, but others call it window dressing. They say overcrowding, understaffing, and outdated facilities make real reform impossible. In 2021, inmates staged a brief protest complaining of poor food, lack of medical care, and no heat during winter. It didn't make national news, but for the men inside, it was everything. Every year, hundreds of men walk out of NECC's gates. Some go home stronger. Others return within months, caught in the cycle of recidivism. The big question is, are prisons like NECC doing their job? Is the goal to punish or to prepare these men for a second chance? For every success story, there's another lost to the cracks. And when a system this big fails, it doesn't just hurt inmates. It affects families, communities, whole generations. The Northeast Correctional Center isn't famous, but maybe it should be. Not for the violence, not for the failures, but because it's a mirror reflecting the bigger questions America still hasn't answered about justice, mercy, and what it really means to change. If this story made you think, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Because behind every barbed wire fence, there's a human story worth hearing.